You're being lied to. I made this same mistake for nearly a decade, and it cost me everything. The single worst piece of advice you get about how to be productive without being stoic about burnout is simple. Just power through it. Just be tougher, more disciplined. This stoic grit is a lie. It's actually a blueprint for a breakdown. What if I told you that the chronic burnout you feel isn't a lack of discipline at all, but a direct result of ignoring your emotional intelligence? This is what nobody tells you about sustainable success. They give you the time management hack, but they never give you the emotional map. Think about it. When you finally sit down to rest, why do you feel that intense, crippling guilt? That guilt isn't laziness. That is the sound of your body screaming for a better system. My own experience with this guilt cycle almost forced me to quit. I was trying to suppress every signal of fatigue, thinking that was discipline. We stop treating emotional signals as the enemy to be suppressed. We start treating them as the asset for sustainable high performance. The guilt-free recovery framework starts with a critical shift in perspective. Resource budgeting. We're treating your energy not as an endless well to exploit, but as a bank account with a fixed balance. Every focused minute is a withdrawal, and every minute of rest is a mandatory deposit. It's a closed system. The current research is overwhelming. High achievers suffer most from what psychologists call decision fatigue. The constant, tiny choices that drain the account to zero before you even tackle the main task. We're not tired from the work, we're tired from the deciding what to work on. This is the truth that generic productivity hacks deliberately ignore. Think of your emotional state like the dashboard of a performance car. Stoicism tells you to put tape over the check engine light. We say, look at the light, it is data. That feeling of overwhelm, that lack of focus, that is your oil pressure warning. So, step 1 of the framework is the energy deposit mandate. You deposit before you withdraw. That means planning your rest first, not as a reward you earn after burning out, but as the essential fuel you need to start the day. This requires a profound relabeling of rest from a luxury to a necessity, which is the cornerstone of being productive without being stoic about burnout. This concept directly addresses the root cause of your guilt. If rest is necessary fuel, then taking it is a high-performance choice. Not taking it is low performance. This reframing is the key to silencing the guilt voice. Step 2, the emotional signal audit. I found this step to be the hardest. When my brain feels foggy or anxious, I used to suppress it. Stop doing that. That feeling is data. It's your system telling you that your current pace is unsustainable. The old philosophy said, control what you can control, your reaction. The modern philosophy says, control the source of the feeling. Acknowledge the emotional tax and immediately implement an energy deposit. This is how you are productive without being stoic about burnout. The best way to deposit is through micro-recovery, a 5-minute habit that truly refills the emotional bank. I'm not talking about scrolling social media, that's numbing out, which is actually a withdrawal. Micro-recovery must be restorative and intentional. Here are 3 powerful micro-recovery examples you can execute right now. First, the 5-to-5-to-5 rule, 5 slow breaths in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out. This physically calms the nervous system and resets your cognitive load in under 1 minute. Second, sensory anchor. Step outside for 2 minutes and consciously identify 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can see, and 1 thing you can smell. Third, the cognitive dump. Take exactly 90 seconds to write down everything worrying you, and then mentally file it away for later. This externalizes the cognitive burden. I guarantee you'll feel the energy returning. This intentional deposit keeps your reserves up and prevents the catastrophic drain that leads to burnout. Now for the hardest part and the single most valuable insight from our community, quitting the hero narrative. Step 3. the non-aggressive EI script to handle toxic work praise. I know I struggled with this, always chasing that validation. When your boss praises your grit, my recommendation is to use this EI script. Thank you for acknowledging my effort. To ensure I continue to deliver at this high level, I'll be dedicating my full focus during core hours, which means I'll be logging off now to optimize my performance tomorrow. It's precise. It's professional. It shows strength, not weakness. I found that this simple script is a bulletproof way to set boundaries, because you framed it as a high-performance choice, not a personal failure. Psychologically, this works because you shift the focus from your personal sacrifice to your commitment to sustained quality, which is the language of true leadership. The key to this script is the tone. Deliver it as a confident statement of policy, not an apology or a negotiation. It signals that your energy management is just as important as your deadlines. This final step locks you out of the burnout loop permanently. The burnout is not your fault. The guilt is not your fault. The system that told you to suppress your emotions, that system is broken. Your mission is to fix it, not by becoming tougher, but by becoming smarter with your emotional resources. You are a sustainable high achiever, not a martyr. Let's lock that identity in. Your challenge today is simple. Choose one micro-recovery habit and take the next 5 minutes, right now, to implement it. Shut this video off. Do something that truly deposits energy. Then come back and tell me in the comments, what was the result of your guilt-free 5 minutes? If you want the full downloadable EI communication scripts that I just shared, you can grab them in the description box below. And if you're ready for the next level in this framework, click here to see my video on the paradox of ambition and finding peace with enough.